Oh, what's it called? Lake St. Clair smallmouth llama.
Body barely hooked too.
Heady. Boom! Look at this thing, dude. Look at that.
That's a seven.
Giant.
It's not going to go down.
It only goes down a couple feet.
Yeah.
They did.
Little one.
We'll just see if I can catch a limit of them real quick. Not a limit, but a,
Limit.
you know what I mean. Cast on it, run down the edge of it. There you go. Cast on. There he is. You will catch him. Through there. Catch him on the little ones. Good ones. But big enough. I wish I could.
Alright, what? Good one?
Nope. Tiny bluegill.
Keep that bluegill.
It's a pretty good bluegill, actually.
Yeah, I said keep that bluegill. Looks like another bluegill. And it's crappie. And
A little bit better one.
ooh, just check.
It's a little bit better one. There's maybe a couple of them there that's better.
Don't lose him. Keep him down. Take him slow. Woo! Dang. Oh. Keep.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Greatly appreciate y'all taking the time to stop in and check out what we are doing today. As you can see, rocking the cutoff. Weather has been awesome. The last 3 or 4 days we've had temperatures in the mid 80s, and for southern Indiana this time of year, that's freaking great. But the cold weather's coming back. Not real cold, but we're going to get some nights down into the upper 30s and highs around 60. We've got a tournament coming up this weekend at Patoka Lake, and from what we practiced the other day, I have a feeling some things are going to change. But what you just saw there in the video was me and Hunter doing a little bit of crappie fishing. I don't know, it's probably been about 3 weeks ago or so. What I wanted to discuss was crappie during the spawn on river systems and streams. I fish the Ohio River quite a bit. It's basically in our backyard here. Very tough fishery. That being said, it has some great fishing in it at certain times of the year. And I'm new to crappie fishing on the Ohio River. I have caught crappie over the years by pure accident while bass fishing on the river. But this year I spent a little bit of time playing around with it, mainly because of my Humminbird Mega Live purchase, which, to learn more about that, a great way to do that is to crappie fish. So I spent a little time on the river in one of the backwater creeks playing around with this. Now the water had warmed up and those crappie were ready to spawn. They were full of eggs. They were ready to spawn. I used a technique to kind of find the crappie that we used to use in Alabama and Tennessee when I would go on fishing trips with my grandpa, and we would fish some of the Coosa River lakes. And they play a lot like the Ohio River. Coosa River chain is way better, but it's the same principle. So on the Ohio River in the creeks, we have a lot of flush factor. Water changes constantly. And that's part of the reason that the fishing on the Ohio River is so tough, is because the water is constantly up and down, up and down. So as far as having like off the bank brush piles, there's not many of them because those creeks are constantly getting flushed out from high water events. So what I have found is if you get in some of these flatter creeks where there are some camps, where people have boat docks, typically the people with the boat docks will throw their old Christmas trees or some brush around their boat docks to hold some crappie. And sometimes that's the only available cover that those crappie will have to spawn. So instead of going around and finding all the treetops that get beat to death by everybody crappie fishing, I will look at the boat docks and fish a lot of those little isolated brush piles that other people aren't fishing. Now, if you're in the southern part of the country, this is not a surprise to you. But here in Indiana, we're not supposed to put brush piles out really at all. They frown upon it. So down south, I think they definitely encourage any sort of habitat being put into the lakes. But for some reason, our state does not agree with that or like the idea of that. You got to go through permits and all kinds of a process to be able to do that. But a lot of these boat docks will have these little isolated brush piles around them, and that's what we were mainly keying on. And I could see on Mega Live there was a lot of fish around them. Now, given we didn't catch a lot of bigger fish, I had been there a few days before with my dad, and we didn't catch as many fish, but the quality was a lot better than what it was when me and Hunter were there. But basically what I'm doing is just throwing a little jig head with a regular 2-inch baby shad Bobby Garland, electric chicken, cricket, natural cricket. The color didn't really seem to matter a whole lot, but a lot of these creeks and backwaters off the Ohio River, it's going to be pretty stained water. And that is another key. If you can find a section of these creeks or backwaters where the water cleans up, those areas will typically be a little more productive because crappie, bluegill, any of the panfish species are a lot like bass. They really want to have cleaner water when they spawn. So if you can find an area that's cleaner and some boat docks, you can use that to your advantage. So the boat docks, also these crappie will kind of stage up around the boat dock before they actually spawn. And after they spawn, they'll stage back on the boat dock. So it just is kind of a great way to catch some crappie that are pre-spawn and post-spawn. And typically you get pretty good numbers. But that's just something that we've done in the past and applied it here locally, and it works. Like I said, we didn't catch any big ones, but you know what? We caught enough to have a good fish fry, and that's what we were all about. So thanks guys for tuning in. We greatly appreciate your viewership. If you're not a subscriber, please hit the subscribe button and share it with your buddies. And give us a like and a comment and let me know where your favorite place is to crappie fish. We're fired up and ready to get back out on the water. Hopefully the weather will stabilize for us and the fishing will continue to pick up, because overall it's been a pretty tough spring for me. But we're starting to turn the corner and things are getting a little bit better and a little bit better. So we hope to see you guys on the water soon. Have a great week.